Hey everyone, what's going on? Jeff here from Films at Home, and I hate to say I told you so when it comes to Disney, but I told you so. Hey everyone, so thanks for coming back to the channel for this video. And in this video, I'm going to talk about some recent news that just came down yesterday regarding Disney and how they're approaching entertainment going forward and how this is going to affect both movie theaters in a big way and physical media. So let's just jump right into it and talk about this news. And so it came out yesterday in a few interviews that Disney was doing and a news release that immediately, as of yesterday, they are undergoing a reorganization of the company, and their focus is going to be primarily on streaming. So they have committed to creating as much content as they can for Disney Plus, for Hulu, for their ESPN streaming platforms. They're going towards streaming completely. They've reorganized the entire company to shift people around. And with everything they're saying, investors are very happy. Their stock is on its way up because of this news. And so overall, it feels like they are doing exactly what I said they would do a few months ago. And a few months back, I talked about how Disney's going to try to kill physical media. They're going to try to kill that off. I didn't think movie theaters would also be part of that plan, but it appears they are now too. So if you're a movie lover, Disney at this point is going to kill your movie theater experience and probably kill your physical media at home experience. Now, the news a few months ago was reported by me, it was reported by Bill Hunt over the Digital Bits, and honestly, I know a lot of you guys did believe it, but a lot of people didn't believe it. Forbes was one place that reported, said, no way, Disney's not going to do anything crazy. They're still focusing on back catalog titles for physical media. They're not going to go just to streaming. And then we get this news yesterday, and it's like, yeah, what did I tell you? This has been in the works for some time, and Disney's going to focus on streaming. You're going to see more 4K transfers of back catalog titles that go straight to Disney Plus that never see 4K Blu-ray because they're cutting out the middleman. They don't want to sell this stuff to Best Buy, to Walmart, to Amazon, who they don't even work with at this point anyway. They just want to be direct to consumer, which is the way a lot of businesses are going. Now, being direct to consumer means that you're either going to buy a 4K disc from Disney and it's going to be, or even a Blu-ray disc, and it'll be some sort of the Disney Movie Club. And if you're not a member of that, you don't get it. But I definitely don't see them shipping out $25, $30 discs to Target, eating $10 up front for Target's cut, and then getting back $5 to $10 per disc after profits. They're just not going to do it. They're going to put it on Disney Plus, and they're not going to worry about physical. Now, I've been overlaying some quotes and things from the articles. This is all over the internet, CNBC, CNN, IndieWire, all kinds of media outlets in the movie industry. They're all picking this up. So it really is, my contact at Disney who told me this months ago was spot on. There is no plans right now for Disney to focus on physical media. There's no plans for them to focus on the Fox back catalog. In fact, if you picked up Hocus Pocus and Home Alone, those are probably two of the last back catalog titles you'll see on 4K for Disney. There are absolutely none in the works right now for the Fox catalog. There's not a single 4K disc in the works. You'll probably see 4K streaming transfers, which, as we know from Disney Plus, are not that great. They're no better than any other streaming platform, and compared to a 4K disc, they're kind of a joke. But that's what we're going to get going forward. And this has been in the works really since Disney got Fox. They laid off a bunch of people. Earlier this year when COVID hit, they laid off a lot of people who were working in the home entertainment department, working on these transfers and working on physical media. And my contact has actually since taken off because there was, there's no future there at Disney anymore. And he's gone on to pursue other things. So it just goes to show how there's a huge lack of any support for physical media at Disney, which obviously includes major properties. Because the thing you have to remember is when I say Disney, that means Disney, that means Fox, that means Marvel Studios, that means Lucasfilm, that means ABC TV and all of their programming, that means ESPN and their programming. It means a lot of different things that Disney owns. It includes Fox Searchlight, it includes Touchstone and their big back catalog. It includes all those things under the Disney banner that this affects. And so you're not just saying, oh, Disney, Disney Pixar, I'm not going to get a 4K transfer of my favorite animated movie now on 4K Blu-ray. Well, sure, but you might not get any of the Fox movies or any of those Touchstone movies. Anything from Marvel may be stopped on 4K Blu-ray, although I bet those keep going. But it's those back catalog titles that I'm worried about. You're not going to see any come to 4K on physical. Disney has focused on streaming. So now what does this mean for movie theaters? This is where the biggest hit's going to come. And I've talked about the death of movie theaters, and people tell me you're exaggerating. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And if we look at this announcement by Disney, they are going around the movie theater experience. They're putting their big Pixar movie for the year called Soul that's going straight to Disney Plus. And with this announcement, they have said we're focused on direct to consumer streaming and entertainment. That means movie theaters are cut out. That means Disney is putting the new Marvel movie on Disney Plus for $30 like they did with Mulan. That means they're putting the latest Pixar movie on Disney Plus for $30. That's how you're going to consume Disney, Pixar, Star Wars, Marvel, you name it. That's how you're consuming their movies going forward, according to this news and what Disney is saying about their reorganization in their company's future. Now, we'll see. There can always be backlash. Decisions could be overturned, but this is a really striking sign about the way that the industry is changing since March, since COVID. You know, Disney says this is not just because of COVID, that this has been in the works for some time, but COVID certainly accelerated it. And then they see the success of Mulan. They see the success of the Disney Plus streaming platform. And I think they just got dollar bags and money signs in their eyes. And they said, what are we losing 20 or 30% even to movie theaters for when we can make the big bucks right on Disney Plus and do just fine, not lose a cut, get to spend less on marketing and advertising to all these different theater chains, and just put it all on Disney Plus and collect the subscription plus that $30 fee. So this is a really, really, it's an interesting trend, and it's definitely going to change the way we consume movies. Obviously, the movie theater experiment here in the last few months has failed. Tenet, in my opinion, was a huge failure to bring people back to the theaters. Just the other day, actually, there was an interesting tweet from Stephen King, who obviously loves going to movie theaters, loves seeing horror movies. He tweeted and he said this was one of the saddest experiences of his life. He went to the movie theater last week, socially distanced. There were 4 people in the entire theater on a Saturday night. That's the way things are trending. That's the way things are going. Those theaters would typically be packed on a Friday or Saturday. You've now got 4 people there because there's nothing to watch. People don't want to go to the movie theaters right now. And the experience has gotten more expensive. So I really can't blame people and blame companies for making these decisions, but you're going to see a drastic change in how movies are distributed, and then that's going to affect physical media back catalogs. Now, I want to say I don't think this affects any Disney stuff going forward or Fox stuff. Whatever comes out under those labels will likely come to 4K Blu-ray. The New Mutants has already been announced for 4K Blu-ray. That's going to get a 4K release, but even that could be up for debate, where maybe Pixar movies only get a Blu-ray release and not 4K. But I think you'll see the Marvels and the Star Wars, because those are collectors items and collector franchises. People want to own those movies. You'll see those go to 4K. But it's that back catalog. It's all those awesome titles in the Fox vault. It's all those awesome titles from Touchstone and Fox Searchlight and all those movies that are sitting there, and a lot of them begging for a 4K release, and they're not going to get one because Disney just doesn't have a passion for the physical media market. They really don't have an interest in it, and they've made that very clear with their latest announcement. So ultimately, sitting here, what can we do? Not a whole lot. You can always tweet at Disney, send them emails, whatever, but is it going to make an impact? Maybe, maybe not. My advice for everyone out there who is a physical media collector like myself is to go get those Disney movies, and especially go get those Fox movies, because I would not be surprised if you see some sort of digital vault. Oh, the movies are going back into the vault, but you can only get them on Disney Plus, and they'll never get a re-release on Blu-ray or 4K. I could totally see Fox titles, Touchstone, Fox Searchlight, that kind of stuff going out of print and not being put back into stock, because they're not going to spend money on producing them. They're going to sell what stock is left, and that's going to be it. So if I'm you, I would go out, make sure you have at least your favorite Disney, your favorite Fox titles. Make sure you have those in your collection. Make sure you have them at least on Blu-ray. If you can get them in 4K, go for it. But I would make sure you lock those up into your collection, so when they get pulled off the shelves, you're not paying $100 for them on eBay. I would highly recommend making a list and going out and finding the ones you want, you may be limited on how much time you have before those start disappearing off the shelves. So that's sort of it for this video. I just want to cover that news because it touches on a few videos that I've made recently about Disney and physical media, about movie theaters and their future. This kind of just speaks to the way the whole industry is moving. 2 years ago, even a year ago, 6 months ago, this news would have been shocking. But the more that we see how this virus is affecting the world and what's happening to these entertainment companies, I think it's less and less shocking every day. And you may see others follow in this same path. Hopefully the Warners and the Universals out there and Lionsgate and Paramount and all of them keep doing a great job with physical media and consider that a core part of their business. But I'm really afraid that Disney's setting an ugly precedent here, and we could start to see some of their stuff just disappear off shelves. But anyway, thank you for watching. Make sure you're subscribed, have your notifications on, and like this video so others will see it. Let me know in the comments your thoughts, but this all but confirms all the stuff I've been talking about in the digital bits and other outlets have been talking about. Scary stuff. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. Check out all the links down in my description. Some people have asked me, hey, you don't have Patreon or anything. Is there a way I can support you? There's a channel membership, which is $2 a month. That's easy way to support. And there's also a PayPal donation link, which just goes straight to me. You can use at any time. They're down in the description. So check those out if you're interested. That helps answer some of those questions, hopefully. But, by no means do you need to do that. I'll keep making these videos. I enjoy making them, and I enjoy talking to all of you. So thank you for watching. Excuse me in this video for the cold I have or allergies or whatever. My voice is a little bit in and out, but appreciate you guys sticking with me for this one. It was tough to record. I kept coughing. But yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Fingers crossed that this isn't the end of the physical media and movie theaters, as we know it. But unfortunately, it could be. So have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you guys soon.